Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is super exciting because I am doing a full face of drugstore makeup. It has been a long time since I've done one, a very long time. Drugstore Virgin is something that I had intended to be a series on my channel, but my second one I posted over a year ago. So this video, the third one, is a long time in the making. When I had posted my first Drugstore Virgin, and I will have them both linked below, I will warn you, the quality is not great. They were some of the first videos I filmed on YouTube. But as far as the first one goes and the title, Drugstore Virgin, when I had posted that video and tested out the full face of makeup, it had been over a decade since I had used anything from the drugstore. And as many of you know, drugstore makeup, affordable beauty, budget beauty, whatever you want to call it, competes with higher end makeup. So many things are dupable and sometimes the quality is even better. I have found so many holy grails since doing that initial video. And while I am definitely no longer a virgin and I do regularly purchase drugstore makeup, the title is cute, so I've kept it. I asked a while ago on Instagram for recommendations for this video, and that's where many of these products have come from. Some of them I've just seen other creators use, or I was browsing the aisle and I just thought they looked interesting. All of them though will be first impressions, so I'm super excited. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this. If you don't want me to wait a full year before doing the next one, do let me know, and let's go ahead and get into it. I did just quickly prime my lids with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Reason being is I am going in with a new shadow formula, one I have never used. And if something goes wrong, I don't want to blame it on one of the new concealers that I purchased. So I went with my good old standby. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. And the first two products that I got for my brows, I always do my brows first. It may annoy some of you, but that's just what I do. It is the routine that I like. I bought two products from NYX or NYX. Which do you say? I kind of use them interchangeably, but I bought the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Longwear Brow Kit, and this is in the shade Auburn. And then I also bought the Tinted Brow Mascara in Chocolate. So I'm going to use a combination of these. I'm going to start with this one. I have a confession to make. I had planned to do this video back in October, and that's when I started buying for it. So this box with all of these goodies has been sitting in our room since then. But recently there have been so many new releases, and as many of you know that I do work at Ulta, so pretty much every time I've gone to work, I spot something new that I want to use in this video. It is so hard working there. I'm constantly buying. So the way this looks, what is this? I'm kind of confused by this. So it looks like you have a comb and then a brush on this side, and then this is almost like a paintbrush. It looks a little bit thick for my brow area, but we'll see how that works. There are some instructions, which looks like I'm gonna need it. It says comb, fill, and then blend with the fluffier side. All right, so I'm combing upwards. When I had bought these colors and a lot of the other shades, like I said, it was back in October. That was before I dyed my hair this color. As you can see, my brows are pretty dark, so I tend to do them dark, but I like to use, like I always use my Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel, the Auburn one. I like to still bring out a little bit of that red, so hopefully this does as well. I am taking just the slightest bit. I have no confidence in applying this. I think I thought this was like a pencil or something. I don't know what I was thinking when I purchased this. I like the shade. I know this is going to be a lot of fast forwarding because I cannot talk and fill in my brows for the life of me. Typically at this point, I would go in with the clear brow gel to help disperse some of that color, but I didn't buy one. So I guess I'll go in with this chocolate and make it look even worse. Right off the bat, I can tell you I think that's going to be too big, but we'll see. The way I do my Milk Kush is I back comb and then go back through. I'm going to leave it there. It's not the most even thing, but we have a lot of other makeup to get to today, and I want to start using this palette. I bought this from I Heart Revolution. This is the avocado palette. Of course I bought this. It is so freaking cute. I have never used anything from Makeup Revolution or I Heart Revolution. I have one other product in front of me to try later on. There's so many versions of this palette. They have different foods. They even have like a hot dog. They have a popcorn one. If you've tried one of these, let me know what you think. I'm always curious about their eyeshadow formula. formula just because of the price point, and they always look really nice. So there are all the shadows at 6, 12, 18. I want to swatch these, but I am going to do it just super quick on my arm and then show you guys. I don't want to make a big to-do out of it. I'm really just trying to decide what colors I want to use. This is the top row. We have Smash, Toast, Avo, California, Smoothie, and Half. The black is pretty weak. So this is Hass, Guacamole, Brunch, Green Gold, Mousse, and then Stone. And then for the bottom row, Creamy is the first one, and you can't even see it, so I guess that would be a good base shade for me. And then we have Bite, Pear, Booty, Seed, and Lime. That row does not excite me at all. I totally realized I should be wearing my avocado earrings today. I took them out to put these in. I just love these earrings. I got them through the add-on section of FabFitFun. One side has the pit and the other side does not. They subtly represent my love for avocado, and I think they're so cute. I'm gonna start with the creamy shade, just using that as a base. I wanna get a feel for the mattes. I definitely wanna try one of these brights. I'm gonna use Guacamole next. I love guacamole. I want to know how you guys make your guacamole. What do you use? I just mash up avocado and throw some garlic in there, and that's pretty much all I do. It's how I like it. Add a little salt, a bunch of garlic, fresh garlic. This is pretty powdery. There's quite a bit of kick up. What palettes are exciting you guys? I have given myself the goal, and I don't think I've said this yet, of only buying 10 palettes this year. Guess how many I've already bought? 3? 2 of them are pre-order though, so I'm patiently awaiting. The first one is the Smoky Glow times Midas. I pre-ordered that. If you have pre-ordered that, then you already know there has been a delay in shipment because of the coronavirus. I think it was supposed to go February 24th. By the time you guys see this video, because it is pre-filmed, I may already have it. If you guys want to see it, let me know. And then the other palette that I have pre-ordered is the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments. I wanted that so badly last year and it was sold out. And I think it's been reformulated and they brought it back. I don't know why they reformulated, but I cannot wait to get that in the mail. I think that's also supposed to ship at the end of February. And if you guys have used the I Heart Revolution shadow formula and the Makeup Revolution shadow formula, I want to know if you can tell a difference between the two. Like I said, I haven't used either one, and some of the Makeup Revolution ones look so stunning. I want to brighten this up a little bit, so I'm going to use the shade Lime just on the top here, and then I'll blend it in. I'm going to pack Guacamole a little bit more on the outer part. It is doing that thing, once you blend, it kind of blends away. I somehow got glitter all over my face already, and I don't know how I did that. I'm going to take the shade Avo, and I'm going to use that on my outer lid. And again, pack that on, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to clean up these very uneven edges with my makeup wipe. I'm going to try Smoothie just with the brush first by itself. I'm not going to dampen it just because I want to see what it'll do. And then I will probably end up dampening it because I always do, just to see what it does by itself. Pretty doll. I'm just going to use my finger to smooth that out. And then I'm going to use my finger again to pack more of Avo on. I did not buy a liquid liner just because I have too many for how little I do use it. So I'm going to take some of the black shade and hope I can get enough pigment out of it and just do a little smudged liner along my lash line. So the step I like to do next is my false lashes, which I did pick up some from e.l.f. It is so windy outside today, but I picked up some from e.l.f. and I'm also going to try out a new mascara. The reason I like to do this first is because, I mean, I am getting better with lashes, but if I do get glue all over the place, especially with using a type of lash I've never used before, I don't also ruin my base makeup. The only thing about doing things in this order is forgetting to use bottom lash mascara, so hopefully I don't today. But the mascara that I have, and this was a recommendation, I believe, this is from CoverGirl. This is the Exhibitionist mascara in the shade Very Black. This is the first product I've used from CoverGirl, I think. I mean, I had a long time ago, but especially since going cruelty free, I haven't used them in a very long time. I am considering doing a full face of CoverGirl, so if you want to see that, let me know. They just came out with some really pretty blushes. That looks pretty nice. I definitely got some lift from that. For the lashes I purchased, I got some from e.l.f. They make 3 styles of these, or at least that's what my Ulta carries, but this is in Starstruck. Oh, they come with a little applicator, little pinchy guy. I'm probably not going to use these, but I think that's cool, something to have on hand. Band here is not too thin, not too thick. It's kind of right in between. I had a really hard time getting this corner to stay down. I'm gonna do a little bit more black just to disguise the band. Okay, FaceTime. I bought one primer. I didn't want to get like a hydrating primer or something that was luminous, just because I want to see what the foundation can do on its own. But for the primer that I purchased, I got this one from e.l.f., the Poreless Putty Primer. I bought this before they released new ones. They now have a luminous one. I think they have a couple different types. One's mattifying. I can't really remember. But I have the original here. I love the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. That is one of my holy grail primers, and I really do feel like it helps blur the pores on my nose and on my cheeks. I'm curious to see what this one will do. It says, apply a thin, even amount to moisturize skin prior to makeup application. Allow to set for 30 seconds before applying foundation. I know this is a holy grail for many people. Around the time that I purchased this, I think it was, I think I'm getting my products confused. I think Jeffree Star compared this to the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I think that's what it was. And this was constantly out of stock. I did moisturize my skin and now I can't even tell. I'm feeling very dry. Now, as far as the foundation that I purchased, I got the NYX Born to Glow. It's a naturally radiant foundation. And at the time that I picked this up, someone gave it a good review. I want to say it was maybe Teresa of Teresa is Dead. I bought mine in the shade Vanilla, and I swatched this in the store at the time, and it seemed like a good shade match. I'm probably a little more pale now, but we'll see. And I did get a new sponge. I got this one from Essence. It's a little teardrop, and then it also has the flat side. I just thought this was so cute. I wasn't planning on buying this, but this is what it looks like when you get it in the store. It's got little eyes on it. It just looks super cute. So I was curious. I generally use the Real Technique sponge. Sometimes I use a brush to apply my foundation, but I usually use that sponge in some capacity, pretty much always for my concealer. I'm gonna take a little bit of the foundation. Okay, maybe a little less than that. It's pretty runny. It came out kind of fast. This sponge is very hard. It's a new sponge, and that's the same as my Real Technique sponges. I like them after a few uses. This smells like paint, like very faintly, not strong enough that it would give me a headache, but it definitely smells like paint fumes. Maybe it's the sponge. It's the sponge that smells like that, not the foundation. It looks radiant. I got some sheen there, but the coverage isn't really there. I'm going to apply more. I think for the other side, I'm going to use a brush just to see. I think it looks way more yellow on camera than it does in person. It could just be my lighting. I think the finish is pretty, but there's definitely something funky going on right here. It's emphasizing a dry patch pretty badly. For concealer, I purchased two. This one I purchased when I originally was going to do this video. It's from Pacifica. I got this off of Ulta's website because they do not carry it in my store. But this is the Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. It says it's 100% vegan and cruelty-free, of course. And it is in the shade 20 NF. I may use this on my face just to get rid of a little bit more redness and on my nose because I want to use this underneath my eyes. This one is from e.l.f. and it is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. The Camo Concealer has been around for a while now, but they just came out with this formula. And then this one is in the shade Fair Beige, and it looks like a pretty good match for me. I'm going to start with the Pacifica first. Meow. That is lighter than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely got some coverage to it. My freckles are disappearing. I know I switched to my Real Techniques. This one is so dirty. Please excuse. This is just too hard for me to use right now. And then I'm going to go with the e.l.f. concealer underneath my eyes. This is a big old wand. I'm just going to use that. I don't want to set it just to see if it creases. But I am going to set my smile lines. Those always crease no matter what, and I gotta give this foundation a fighting chance. This one is from Milani. It is the Translucent Light to Medium Make It Last Setting Powder. The last thing I need in my collection is a new setting powder. I don't know why I bought this. It does have some color to it. I don't know if I realized that it was going to when I purchased this. Hopefully it doesn't look too crazy when I take that off. Let's go in with bronzer. Also from Milani, I got the Sunlight Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. I love the Luminoso, so I wanted to try some other cheek products from Milani. Got a really pretty little sunburst print in the compact. It's really cute. I like the tone of this bronzer. It doesn't look orange at all. One of the best things about having light roots is that I don't have foundation hair. I mean, I do, you just can't see it. I am planning on, you guys will see these videos first, and you may have already seen it if you follow me on Instagram, but tomorrow I plan on coloring my roots a bright orange and then doing some kind of melt to this peach. We'll see if I can figure that out. It's not so much peachy, but light orange, you get what I mean. I am dusting some of this translucent powder because I feel like you can see it around my mouth. I have two blushes that I could use. I bought this one from Milani first. It's the Romantic Rose. But these recently came out, and these are cream blushes. They are called Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush, and I got Cheeky Coral. This is what I'm feeling today. I'm having a coral moment, and I think the lipstick I got is kind of coral. I'm curious to see if this will work like my Flower Beauty, what are those called? Blush bombs, and I'm obsessed with those because no matter what I put it over, whether it's a cream or a powder product, it never breaks up or messes up my makeup. I don't know if that's going to happen with these, so we'll see. I could be making a big mistake because I just put that powder on my face. These just have a squeeze tube applicator. And just like the Flower Beauty ones, you can go pretty lightly with this. It looks a lot brighter what's coming out of the tube. And then when you blend it out, it's fairly light. I like that though, because you can build up to your desired intensity. The color's pretty, but it did break up my makeup in one spot right here. It's just like a little speck. I have kind of a weird product to test. I don't really know what this does. It's from NYX. It's the High Glass Finishing Powder. I had a coworker rave about this product, and she just says it gives like a nice luminosity to the skin, makes your skin look hydrated. I don't quite know how to use this, but I'm going to try to do like a thin layer. I'm thinking it may be somewhat like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders. All right, I immediately regret this decision. I am digging at the tape on here, and this is the progress that I've made. And this is in the light shade. I think there was 3 or 4. Okay. I guess I see it a little bit. It just gives you a little bit of a subtle glow. And then for highlight, I got this from Revolution. This is the cheek kit. It's called Take a Breather. There's a few different types of this one. I bought this one because I thought I could use some of these as lid toppers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 would be really pretty on the lid for me. I'm gonna go to 2. That's what I'm gonna try as a highlighter. I just like the little pan on these. The way they are pressed reminded me of planets. Before doing my lips, I'm going to finish off my under eye. I'll probably just use a combination of the black and then the 2 matte shades I used on the top. I'm going to use Hass first along the lash line. And then we're going to blend that out with Guacamole. And then if you guys have been watching me, you know I'm absolutely obsessed with the LA Girl Neon Liners, and I just bought the black one. Those stay on so well. I have every single color. I just bought the final one that I didn't own. I think these ones are technically lip liners, but I've been putting them on my waterline anyway. The black, though, is made for the waterline. They're so creamy. For my inner corner, I think I'm going to take the pear shade. Okay, so for lips, as you guys saw, I had that LA Girl, the bright one. This is a lip liner, and I think this one is the orange shade. It's called Outrageous. Outrage, that's what it is. But it looks more red. I'm going to try it, but if it doesn't work, I'm just going to stick with the lipstick today. The lipstick I bought is also from CoverGirl. This is called Baby Bite, and it perfectly matches my shirt. My lips are so dry, and I did a lip scrub right before this video knowing I was going in with a bold color, and still, they're all flaky. I do have thoughts, but I'm waiting till the end to say what they are. I bought 2 different lip glosses. This one is the Ludicrous Gloss. I think this is also from Milani, and it's the shade She's All That. I obviously bought it for the name. Love me some Freddie Prinze. I had such a crush on him. I think this will darken this lipstick up too much, so I'm going to try this out later on. This, though, I have been eyeing forever. This is from Essence. It's the Shine, Shine, Shine Wet Look Lip Gloss in just the clear shade. Oh, it's called Behind the Scenes. This reminds me of something else. The smell is the same as another gloss or another lipstick. And lastly, I bought a lot of Milani. This is the Make It Last setting spray. It's the Prime and Correct and Set. It says it's 16-hour wear. I love Catrice Prime and Fine so very much, and that I think I discovered in my second Drugstore Virgin, and that is like my holy grail. I cannot live without that. It has a similar bottle to the Catrice. Let's see what the sprayer is like first. It smells like celery. No, it doesn't. It smells perfumey. I just smelled celery at first. And here is the finished look. Thoughts on everything. Let's start from the top. Keeping in mind this is just a first impression. I always end up saying whenever I do a full face of first impressions, I'm gonna have to try this more to see what my true thoughts are on it, and I feel that way about all of these. Just because it didn't work for me this one time, it could have been something else that I used. I do like to give my makeup a fair chance rather than just writing something off right away. So the first thing I tried was the brow products. Both of these. I kind of like this. I do think that the little brush tip is a little bit too thick. I would like to see it a little bit thinner. That way it would mimic brow hairs a little bit more rather than really just painting on like a thick stroke. I think it would be a little bit more user-friendly that way. I do like that it comes with the comb and then the brush though, because that just makes it quick and easy. And I can see myself just using it for this, even if I'm not using the actual product inside. This guy, I still like my Kush Fiber Brow Gel more. It was fine. It didn't deposit a ton of color. Maybe it's just because it was new. I think the shades, both shades were fine for me. I know NYX does offer a lot of brow products. If you have a favorite, let me know what it is below. But I don't think they look bad. The Longwear Brow Kit was a little bit messy, but overall, I think they look okay. Next was the palette. I don't think this was too hard to get a decent look out of. I did have to build up the shades, as I mentioned. They would blend away, especially these deeper shades over here. It just blended away every time. Also, the black, I built that up quite a bit. I kind of had to pack that on. But as far as blending together, I didn't have any issues. I don't think it looks too patchy. The shimmers were pretty, and something I forgot to mention, sometimes when I wet a shimmer, it gives you that burn. I know I'd already mentioned her in this video, but Teresa's Dead has a really funny name for it. I'll put it here if I can remember it. I didn't experience that, and I kind of expected it to just because of the price point. I don't know what these shadows are made out of, but I thought maybe it would burn a little bit, and I didn't experience that at all. So that was cool. I like the little pop of color. I'll be using this one more. Again, if you have tried their other formula, the Makeup Revolution formula, or if you have tried any of these, I want to know. There's one with really cute little puppies on it. That one I'm kind of eyeing at work. These lashes, it's even pulling down right here. Like the shape of my eye is changed. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys can see that too. I don't know. I don't like these. I did not like these. They're really hard to put on. And like I said, I've been getting much better with putting on lashes, so I didn't expect the struggle that I did have. The liner, I like just as much as the other LA Girl Neon liners. The black, I don't know for now, just because I freshly put it on. It still looks nice and rich and black. All I can say is that it was creamy and that it didn't tug. I don't know how long it's gonna wear though. If you want an update, let me know. I can put that into the description box. And then this CoverGirl mascara, I really like this. Again, I won't know if it's going to flake, but as far as ease of application, it didn't get clumpy on my lashes, which I really appreciate, and I did feel like it lengthened them too. I'm gonna have to try this by itself. One of my favorite things is just to do like a bold lip and some bold cheeks, brows, and then mascara, and that's it. And I like to use a really good mascara that really accentuates my lashes when I do that, so I'm gonna have to try that with this one. I'm gonna take a closer look so we can talk about all the face stuff. The primer, like my pores look pretty good. You really can't see my pores right now, and I am going to say that is probably from the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. That's what I'm hoping did it. I really can't see them at all. I don't think it was quite as hydrating as my Tatcha Silk Canvas on the rest of my face, but like I said, my skin is really dry right now, so that could be it. But I look forward to testing this out more, especially on my nose and on my cheeks. The foundation looks nice. I do like the finish of it. I did have to build it up, and I can definitely see some of my texture accentuated in here, which isn't uncommon for when I apply foundation. That's why a lot of times I do just wear tinted moisturizer on an everyday basis, but I don't think it looks bad. I think the shade was right for me. I'm gonna have to see how it wears. I hate that I sound like a broken record whenever I do a first impression, but that is the truth. I liked both of the concealers. The Pacifica one, I don't know how much other makeup they make. This is the first time I've seen it. I think maybe they have foundation, maybe they have eyeshadows. I'm not quite sure. But I did like the concealer, and even though I just used it in the center of my face, I could tell that it has full coverage. So I look forward to testing this underneath my eyes. And then as for the e.l.f. concealer, I did not set this, and I can see a tiny bit of creasing, but it's really not too bad. I could remedy that by using a translucent setting powder, which I'm currently panning one, so I will have to try that combo next time. I like the coverage and I like the color. Setting powder was fine. That was dumb on me for not realizing it had a tint to it. The high glass was pretty cool. I can see it especially right around here. It just gave me a little bit of a sheen to my cheeks and then right above my brow as well. I think it looks really pretty and it doesn't look unnatural. And then the rest of the cheek products, we had the Milani blush, which I did like the color of it. It doesn't look patchy either. I think that was fine. I'll have to test this one out more. And then the Cheek Kiss was also nice. I like that you do have to build up the color rather than getting that coral pop right away. I also see now I do have some breaking up happening right here, but that dry patch went away, so that could be from the setting spray, or it could just be that everything had time to sink in. And then the highlighter was nice. I'm gonna have to use this quad more. I'm gonna probably try to use it underneath my brow bone, in my inner corner, and then of course also as a highlight or a lid topper. And then the setting spray, this was nice. The mister wasn't too aggressive. The 16-hour wear claim, I have no clue about that. It makes me feel icky even thinking about keeping makeup on my face for 16 hours. I'm sure I've done it before at some point in my life, but pretty much now, after I film, this is coming right off. I don't like to leave my makeup on. And then for the 3 lip products I tried, I'm gonna start with this lip liner. Do I have any lipstick in my teeth? This is so much more dry on my lips than underneath my eyes. Now, I have not used this one on my waterline. Let me make that clear. But the other ones I've tried in the same formula, I've never tried them on my lips, but just on my waterline. This was really drying on my lips, and I didn't expect that just because of how creamy they are underneath the eyes. So I don't know if I'll be using this as lip liner again. I will probably sharpen it very well and sanitize it and then use it underneath the eyes. And then for the lipstick, nice. The color was nice. It is over another lip liner, so I can't really see the true color. Let me swatch it so you guys can see it. It is pretty much the same color as my sweater, which is so funny. I'll have to remember that. I can pair the two of them. But the formula feels okay. I'll have to try it on its own. I also want to know what your favorites are from CoverGirl, just because, like I mentioned, I may do that full face. And if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. And then this lip gloss really did help to give some life to my lips because they were feeling very dry and patchy. And you can't really see that anymore. The shine is an illusion, so they don't look quite as patchy as they did before I put this on. It isn't too sticky, and the taste isn't too offensive. It definitely reminds me of something, and I can't think of what it is, but I like it. But all in all, I tried some good products today. I'm excited to test them out again, but I'm happy for the most part. I liked everything. There's nothing that I found that I was like obsessed over, but everything was like pretty good, and I look forward to trying it more. I think the concealers really could be contenders. I keep trying to check to see if I have lipstick in my teeth, excuse me, but I think the concealers could be pretty good contenders for something I would use regularly. And the high glass, I think once I get more experience with that, maybe try using it with some different brushes. I think I would like that one a lot too. Let me know below your favorites from the drugstore. Also, if you want to see a fourth one of these sooner rather than later, let me know, and do give this video a thumbs up. If you would like to see me and more of my remarks, please go ahead and subscribe. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.